just as good.
Hello,
Really
everybody.
good.
Deb, introduce us.
Hi, welcome to Watch This DLC. I'm Deb,
I'm Luke.
I'm Curtis.
and today we're playing a game called No Man's Run, which is based off of the Not Yet Out Yet, Not Yet Out Yet game,
She says
No Man's
begrudgingly,
Sky.
Yeah. Basically,
Looks like FX or what is it called?
oh,
Oh.
F-Zero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
F-Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is another one of those free games that we've sort of been doing for a couple times now. But yeah, it's, as Deb said, based off No Man's Sky's general premise of procedurally generated tracks. So no two levels are ever actually going to be the same. So if I end my turn and we start over from the beginning, whoever plays next will not actually play the exact same thing again.
So it's procedurally generated, but are there themes that you go through as you get up in levels? Or
I'm assuming yes,
I
because we got
assume-
through this first part.
So the grass and then the lava. Or
Yeah, I'm
whatever.
sure like the landscapes and everything around, but the general gameplay, it seems like it's just jump, move, and that's it. There isn't like there's any boosts or anything like that.
How do the controls just feel right now?
They feel pretty tight, honestly. Like,
Oh, you want to pass it off?
Yeah, you can try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, so this again, it's a free game. So
You
there's
just use the joystick.
you could joystick up makes you jump, A makes you jump, and yeah, you use the joystick left and right.
Hello, name.
Hello.
Guns or whatever.
As far as I mean, no, it seems like it's pretty just basic stuff. I don't know if there's like invisible walls, so I don't want to say try jumping off the track and see if you stay on it or not.
I ain't bad with it.
So you have like a little damage meter and you have your little distance meter at the top.
I would try not to hit the obstacles like Curtis was.
Well, sometimes it was hard because you want to get that speed.
It's actually very easy.
I bet it is hard sometimes.
But the controls are pretty tight.
Yeah. Okay. It reminds me of F-Zero.
Let's get that speed base down. And then the other
We actually
design-
played that a lot. The one on the GameCube.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Nintendo's never actually, not since the GameCube.
I feel like they just now started talking about it again.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Are invisible walls?
Shit.
Yeah, I can't tell if you just pull it back.
Crap,
to the right
that was
side.
hard.
Yeah, see, sometimes it's really hard to avoid those.
Yeah,
'cause you
now
wanna
that I'm
get
10
the
times
speed
farther
base.
than you, it's hard.
That's true.
You're such a dick.
But I am super excited for No Man's Sky. Like, that's probably a game that I'm probably too hyped for, that I know next to
It's
nothing
gonna
about.
let you down.
And it probably will, because it just seems so ambitious. Like, it's
Well,
just
I don't,
got a lot going for it, and I don't
what
know
do
if
you
it's
do in
actually
it?
good.
I don't really understand. I mean, I
it's-
understand like the art style's cool and it's like open world procedural, I guess.
Yeah,
What do you do other
that's
than
really
that?
kind of it. You just sort of explore these various planets, and from what I remember
So it's in
about
space.
previous, yeah, like it's no loading screens. You literally will start on a planet. You can launch right up into space, go to any other planet that's in front of you, land on it, and just continue exploring. And everything is different. Because it's procedurally generated, you never quite have the exact same
I'm not
experience.
gonna lie to you, and I've seen videos of that, and it looks very beautiful. It looks like a big game. Really pretty. Okay, wait, just jump and move.
Yeah,
Nothing else.
yeah, and then
Ugh, the
going through
control
the
stick is all sweaty.
Hey, good job, Luke.
Ugh. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds extremely boring to me. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I would get bored of it so
Yeah,
fast.
it's gonna be like one
Like,
of those
pretty
things,
can
like,
only last me for so long
Yeah.
before I get tired of it.
I'm like just trying to think what the reviews might be for it. Like, I think it'll be like something along the lines of really ambitious, good ideas, but that's about it. Like, there's nothing else to the game aside from that.
So there's
When
no
it's-
story, no characters.
Seemingly no. Like, it literally is you just load up the game and you go. There's not much really driving you, I guess. But Sony has put a lot into it because it's a PC and PS4
Oops.
game coming. I don't know if it's coming to Xbox or not. So I mean, Sony has sort of backing into it,
Yeah.
which usually when they do something, they see that means they have some sort of interest in the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think there's something not quite there that's going to be like a lasting appeal. It's just going to be a really.
So I have a question about this game that we're playing right now really
Yes.
quickly. Is there any reason to hit these boost tiles other than making it way harder to control?
Yeah, just you want to get through it faster.
Why? It's all about
I mean,
The
distance.
score,
yeah, it's
the
like a-
score doesn't go up.
the score
It
doesn't
looks like it's
matter.
all about distance.
Yeah, but I mean.
So
it can-
maybe a real strategy for this game would be to completely avoid all of those boosts.
That's true. That's
Also, it looks like there are invisible walls, so it
Is
looks
this
like you
game
can fly
finished
up a
or
little
what?
bit if you run to the side. Yeah.
That's
So if
good.
you're jumping, oh,
Oh, okay. Oh shit.
Is the game
Yeah.
finished?
But that didn't hurt
This
you.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just one of those free-to-play games. So there's really, I mean it's pretty
That didn't
simplistic
hurt
in
you
its-
at all.
No,
That
there's
was
no
just-
damage. You just.
Is
sort
this part
work
of
the
like
game.
a publicity for the game itself or something?
No, there's no actual tie-in to No Man's Sky. It's just a fan saw what they were
Oh,
doing
okay,
in No
like
Man's
it.
Sky,
Oh.
like the appeal of it, and okay, well, I'll just do
So-
this.
It
Can I
feels
ask you a
pretty
random
smooth.
question?
It's-
Sure.
When you say something has fan service,
Mhm.
that's just like what
It's
it sounds
something,
like, right?
It's
It's just like for a comic book movie, it'd be references to.
Yeah,
random
it'd be like
concepts.
when they had Howard the Duck at the
That
very
would
end of
be
the
fan
credits.
service.
Yeah.
That's what I told somebody at work was telling me that fan service is specifically talking about sexual stuff in anime,
What?
and I was like,
I'm pretty sure
in
fan
anime-
service is when they do things just for to
They do
please the
some,
fans.
Yeah, that's what I
think
was
that's
saying
the
too.
stigma. The stigma of the anime
What?
is when it's fan service, it's typically like sexual, because that's what a lot of that stuff is. When
but
you
I
see
think it's
reference-
like
yeah.
anime's version of fan service. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but
Wait, do you mean like a regular anime that has sexual stuff made about it?
when
I don't
it's
know, like a schoolgirl outfit or
when
something.
like
I don't know.
do you know those like doji? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But
Oh, you're talking about, like,
dojinsis,
pandering?
the pillows, like the body
Yeah,
pillows.
yeah.
That would be fan service in the sense
Oh.
that someone created that off of the property for fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what
so
I
yeah,
thought too.
in that industry, a lot of fan service is usually a little bit sexual, which is
Yeah.
very weird to me because you're dealing with like
Yeah,
But I
didn't
don't
know
think
he was
it's
talking about
solely
that.
sexual.
That he was talking about
That's-
that was like the specific definition of it.
no,
No, not at all.
And I was like,
fan
no,
service
I
is
think-
literally
Is that-
something like a wink at the audience to the fans. That's
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Man.
Yeah, this
Why don't
whole
we
summer
Especially in
is-
like cult classics and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. I don't think of
I
that
don't
being
like these
sexual at
boosts.
all.
Yeah,
Like I said, the boosts are just useless.
What? But I can't not get
All
it.
the boosts do, yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard
they-
to not.
especially on a
Like-
level like that because there's
Really,
very
you
little
should just be
visibility
avoiding
all the
everything
time.
you possibly
Well, I mean,
can.
just by instinct, like I
Um,
cannot.
But
You
like a
should
good
be
example-
avoiding all obstacles of all kinds.
probably a more prominent example of fan service, at least in the last, I'd say 10 years, is in the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. Every time that Bruce Campbell was in a scene in Spider-Man, that would be fan service because Sam Raimi did the Evil Dead movies, which starred Bruce Campbell. So it was sort of a wink to the audience, like, hey, this is Bruce Campbell. He got famous because of Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi brought him in. Or when Stan Lee is in any Marvel
think-
movie, that's fan service.
I think Stan Lee would be. I don't think that's fan service.
No, it is.
It's
The-
fan
the
service-
Bruce Campbell would be
Don't
fan
tell
It's
service.
me
fan
what's
service
fan
of Sam
service.
Raimi
But
himself.
No, the fan service
Fans of Sam
is
Raimi.
Sam Raimi. Yeah, exactly. Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell. It's fan service for them because they know. Oh, that's Bruce Campbell. He got famous because of Sam Raimi's Evil Dead series.
When was he in
Wow, look how
Spider-Man?
fast I'm
he
going
was
now.
in.
I can't avoid those little boosts.
He was in
They're everywhere.
Spider-Man 1. He was the ring announcer in the wrestling match. Spider-Man 2. He was.
So Leonardo DiCaprio in the latest Martin Scorsese movie is fan service because he had
No,
DiCaprio in his
that
movie.
that's not so much fan service as that's just like a director really liking. Well, okay,
So you think
because
Sam Raimi
because
hates
the
Bruce
reason
Campbell?
Martin Scorsese has
They
Leonardo
have, it has to be
DiCaprio
something
or-
that fans associate with
yeah,
something
or
else.
like Quentin Tarantino has Samuel L. Jackson in almost every one of his films is because they have a friendship or they have a whatever.
That's not fan service.
That's not
Well,
fan
you
service.
could
That's
argue
like
that.
that's you could, but like most fan service, it's usually quick. It's just like a quick wink saying like, hey, this is for the fans. Like Samuel L.
Like,
Jackson.
it's something maybe that some people would notice and other people wouldn't or
Yeah,
something.
like Samuel L. Jackson being in The Hateful Eight isn't fan service. That's Quentin Tarantino really likes Samuel L. Jackson as an actor. He wants him in this film. That's just a director's preference. That would be fan service.
Ah! So clearly the best method for this game is to avoid everything, including the boosts. The boosts just kill you. Like, look, I got further than either of you.
The first time I ever noticed fan service was in the third X-Men when he
Oh,
like
yeah.
broke through the wall and he's like, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, that would be fan service.
Yeah.
Also, like reference and yeah,
Like
it's,
an
it's a
Easter egg.
reference to fans. Yeah, like an Easter egg. That's all that it is.
An Easter egg is fan service.
Yeah.
Yes. the definition of it.
So I mean, your friend at work isn't wrong about fan service in anime, but it's not the end all be all definition of fan service. Like that's just a type of fan service.
Kind of like
Yeah,
But
the
it's
anime's
just-
already so sexually charged.
I mean, like seriously, like some of the designs on those characters, like they're supposed to be 13 or 14 years old, and then they're heavily sexualized, and it's just so weird to me.
There's so many anime that I've watched or read manga and thought, like, just imagine the character. Like, in my head, they're older than what they're saying usually,
Yeah.
just because it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, not like I'm consciously thinking that, but just like,
But yeah, some of the
I
situations
think of
that
them
they're
as
in,
though
like-
they're adults or like old
And then
teenagers
they're like,
instead
oh,
of
here's the
children.
details. They're 13. Like,
And I'm like, I'll just pass over that bit.
yeah, I'll just assume they're of age
Unnecessary.
and this is all
Completely
consensual.
unnecessarily young.
Yeah.
So this is cool, like going underwater and then over water and
Yeah.
stuff. I feel like, okay, one issue I have is sometimes you can't see far enough ahead in the
Right.
track that you literally do not have the opportunity
Yeah.
to dodge
So
something.
it's kind of unfair in that sense.
And that seems like a problem with the random generation.
Yeah.
So that's
Especially
one
those
issue.
underwater levels, like you barely can see.
And then the second issue I have is that you're only graded on your distance, and
Yeah.
so those boosts are
Aside
obviously
from
they're
just
meant
getting you
for
up
you
to
to watch
speed,
them.
there's no real.
I don't want to go up to speed. Why not go super slow? I can get further
Yeah.
Well,
than
one
you.
thing is,
So those boosts are pretty much useless.
there's only one size jump.
Yeah, there's no like light jump or
Or
hard jump. It's
or
just-
like quick rotating out of the
Yeah.
way, you know, like
Yeah,
a
there's no,
barrel
like,
roll or
strafing
something.
or anything
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Well,
That'd be
I
really
don't
good.
think this is the type of game that like demands strict criticism. Like,
Oh, no,
it
I
doesn't-
mean-
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
It feels
No,
like a side project kind
It
of.
is,
like
but I mean, it's still like.
I mean, for
You
what
could
it is,
still
yeah,
critique
fair
it.
enough. Fair enough to that. For what it is, it's fun. It's got
It's real
smooth
simple.
controls.
Yeah.
It's
real
very simple.
Yeah.
I mean,
Although
I guess
I feel
my-
like free runners are more like phone games.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I feel
That's
that.
true. There's a couple ones on iPhone that are pretty great. I can't think of the names at the
You play
moment.
the Minions one or something.
Oh God, no! I'm not gonna support that shit at all.
Why?
Because that looks awful, and it's just.
They're kind of all the same. Though.
God, minion hate is just as annoying as the minions.
I saw this one thing
I don't.
on Reddit, and then
I saw
Minions-
They're like a kid's thing.
Yeah, I know, but I saw the first Despicable Me, and I was like, that's not for me. But I was like, those things are gonna be everywhere in a few years. And sure enough, like they have their own film, and they're just everywhere. Which yes, it's for kids, so it's not really for me.
I mean, so is like Disney, like Elsa.
there was
That's
something
true.
on
And
Reddit.
that got pretty obnoxious after a while too. But the Frozen, in like the circle that I sort of like follow on the internet, isn't as like ironically made fun of or praised or like touted about. Whereas like the Minions, it's everywhere. Like people are like,
I see them exactly the same.
you know,
The same amount, talk about the same amount.
As what?
People just hate the minions because they're so big.
no, I hate them because they're just obnoxious and they're the same thing that was done 10 years ago with Shrek. Like it was just a really popular thing that they're just marketing, and they're marketing it well, and that's good.
Yeah.
Like that's great. DreamWorks is making a ton of money off of this.
It's like hating Barney or something. Like
Yeah.
that's how I feel about it. Like it's just for children. Why do
Right.
people care
Yeah,
so much?
like adults shouldn't be.
I don't feel like it is everywhere.
Yes.
Like
I don't see it almost anywhere, and except for like
it's like the
Random,
penguins of
like,
Madagascar or
universe.
something.
Yeah, I mean that's what DreamWorks did 2 years ago.
yeah, but it's like for kids. Like why
and,
do you
and that's
care?
totally fine. But when
Of course
I do
they're
see
gonna market
it,
it to kids. Kids want to see
well,
it.
of course it is because that's what it's made for. But like when I do see it, as much as I've seen it recently, it's kind of like God. Still, like let's move on already. Let this trend be over and let's find the next thing.
I mean, it's been like when did the first Despicable Me
I mean,
come
I
out?
would understand if there was like we were on our third Minions
4
movie
or
or
5
something.
years. But that's
Yeah,
the problem.
there's
is it
one
was-
You got
Minions
two
movie?
Despicable Me's
Two
and then one
Despicable-
spin-off. That
You're
sounds
right.
reasonable.
No, it is reasonable. But
Also,
the
there's
spin-off-
like what plushies.
Yeah, I mean,
What
yeah,
other
it's
stuff
there's
is
a
there?
ton of stuff out there.
There's plushies. What's the other stuff?
Toys, everything.
I mean,
Like,
you
they're
can literally
Happy
find
Meals,
plushies of anything.
Is there a theme park?
Yeah, but Happy
but they
Meals
they'll
have to
probably
have
have
a prize.
one.
They'll probably
No,
have a
I think
ride.
They did. I think
They'll
they
probably
have
have a
one
ride
at
or
Universal Studios and stuff like that.
I
Again,
guess
it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just
That's like no more than anything else.
It's
like
not.
Star
It's
Wars.
not.
I feel like
There's
you're
nothing wrong with it.
arguing that it's overstayed its welcome, but I don't think it has.
I think it absolutely
It's
has.
only been around for a couple years.
That's
That's
you
like
want
just
Star
old
Wars to
enough
die.
for kids who watched it when they were really young to like it when they're like young children.
there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But it's like when the circle that I run in, when they're liking it ironically, and it's everywhere all the time, it's just like.
Where's everywhere? Where do you
I mean,
see
like
everywhere?
people on Facebook will share that shit around and like.
I never.
I saw
use
something
Facebook.
where like
Yeah, I mean, so
There
like
was-
if you're not on social media, you don't see that often. But like places like Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, all these places.
Oh, yeah,
where,
I don't
like,
have a Tumblr or
ironically
Twitter.
sharing this stuff, like look how dumb this is. Well, then stop sharing it about the thing. It's stupid because then you don't.
But you're
then
doing
you're
exactly
just-
what you're
But
But I'm not
complaining
doing it because I'm not sharing it about. I'm
You're talking
sharing.
about it right
I'm sharing
now.
my frustrations with the fact that it is shared about.
But that's
I'm not saying
I'm
no,
gonna
it's
share
not
that.
because I'm not providing an avenue to go find it. When someone is sharing a picture,
Yeah, you're
or
telling
a
me I
link,
can go on Tumblr, Twitter, whatever.
You could do that. You could do
Whatever all the kids are doing
that. You
these
could
days.
do that regardless, but I'm not directly giving you anything.
Yeah, but
other
I didn't
than-
know that's where it was. I don't see it anywhere.
It's on the internet. Of course, it's where it is.
so now we know it's on the internet. You're
You
telling
knew
people
that
right now.
already.
You're telling people right
You
now.
fucking knew that already.
You
Did
can
you-
find anything on the
you see
internet.
that?
Exactly.
Curtis.
Exactly.
You see that thing where like it was like a truck that had like some huge like, minion doll or something like humongous. So it like crashed and the minion was like blocking the road.
Mhm.
And then like somebody was like, man, minion hate. There's a subreddit called Minion Hate.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then they're like, man, I'm just laughing right now thinking about some dude who's like, you know, just like super mad at minions, like ready to go home, going.
I saw that. It said giant
And then he's
thing
stuck
on
in
it.
he's
He
stuck in
has like a
traffic
really
with
long
this
day
man.
at work, and he's like, God damn
Man,
it.
fuck
Fucking
these
minions.
I can't escape them.
It's kind of annoying
That's pretty
because I
great.
guess I don't see it anywhere. I literally see them nowhere other than random maybe plushies at the store or something. No more than
Like a
any other
McDonald's
cat.
toy or something.
And like if I see a minion thing and want to think it's funny, it's like if I do that, somebody's gonna be annoyed.
Well, who
Like,
cares
I
what
think
people
they're a
think
funny
about it?
idea.
Well, that's
I think-
stupid.
I
Of
think
course
they're
you
funny.
care what people think.
Well, to an extent, but like.
No,
It
I
should-
don't.
But
I
like,
don't,
if you're out in
I
public and you see it and you think it's funny, then just haha. And if anyone like questions you, just be like, "What? I thought that was funny." Like that's. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah, I don't want to have to do that. That kind of annoys me. I
that. Did
don't
you have
like
to
that.
hide yourself? What are you
What?
talking about?
It
What
just
annoys
annoys
you?
me that I might think something's funny and somebody's annoyed for some whole reason unrelated to anything that I did.
Well, then that's their problem, not yours.
I know. I just don't like it.
I agree. All right, we'll do one more round.
But you are that person.
I'm that person. I'm annoyed because it's just so prominent, and I hate the idea of ironically liking something that you just because to make a meme out of it or to be part of the zeitgeist.
Well,
oh,
who's
like, this is
ironically
stupid.
liking it? What are you talking about?
I mean, there's fucking Minions hate. That's ironically liking Minions. Otherwise, you wouldn't create a subreddit.
people
for it.
actually hate
I
it.
think that's even funnier.
Okay, but it's
That there's a
no,
subreddit
it's,
like that.
but it means
So, like, just thinking about that
it
makes
means
me laugh.
people hate this thing so much that they have to have a community.
I saw the exact same thing. I didn't even know that existed until I saw it. And then people like make them and post them on there just to make them mad and stuff. That's funny.
I'm trying to think of an example because I feel like this happened before where it was like too much. Like it kept going on too long. Like,
Oh, I'm
I can't
sure
remember.
Twilight or
Like-
something?
Yeah, like Twilight hate. Like, I've never read those books. I don't have any intention to read those books because the summarization of that entire series just sounds absurd to me.
Yeah.
But so many people were so quick to jump on it and say, "Oh, this is terrible. I hate it so much." But they continue talking about how much they hate it. It's like,
That's
okay,
you. That's
but
what you're
say how
doing
much
with
you
the
hate
minions.
and move on. That's it. All I did was bring it up, and you guys made me keep talking about it. I just wanted to say in
Don't talk
passing.
about it at all. Don't bring it up if you're not ready
It,
to talk
it
about
came
it.
up genuinely in the conversation.
You have a
I
lot
didn't
of bottled
come-
up hate. for
I do.
this.
I have a lot of bottled up
Actually,
hate
that
for a
actually
lot of
Twilight
things.
hate really drives me nuts too because as much as it's like it's literally a book meant for teenagers
Yeah.
and
But a
people
lot of
are like
adults
judging
are-
it like it's an adult show or something. It's like it's for kids. Why would you get mad? Of
Because
course
it's
they like
popular.
it. That's what it's designed for. Yeah, but it's popular among children.
But no, it's one of those
It's like
cross-generational
hating. It's
things.
like hating Barney or something. Like people that like it. It's for the people who like it are in the group of people who are meant to like it.
Right.
There's almost nobody likes it that's outside of that specific group, age and gender.
Yeah.
So why do people get so upset about it? Like, of course they like
Because
it.
it's popular. It's easy to hate the popular thing.
Yeah, but that's stupid.
It
to
is
hate
stupid.
something because it's popular. That's, that's worse than liking something stupid.
I think they're about the same.
No, I think that's worse.
No, because like you're liking something stupid.
If you like something stupid, then you like what you like, whatever.
Right.
But if you're hating something just because other people like it, then that's worse. You're literally letting other people
Yeah,
modify
but
how you feel.
at least if you like something stupid, you're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Right, you're not bothering anyone. But
Yeah,
I mean,
but if you're disliking stuff just because so many people
And
like
you're
it,
like-
it's like
You're
not-
wrapped up
you'll
in
never-
whatever people
you will
But you're
literally
not-
never be satisfied. Or
but you're
something.
not disliking it because
That is
everyone
why
likes
you're
it.
in it.
You're
You just said
disliking it
it's popular.
because it's everywhere and it's just so. And
Well, if everybody
there's-
likes it, of course it's
and
everywhere.
everyone's response is, well, if you don't like it, don't look at it. And it's like, well, it's hard when it's everywhere.
I don't
When you
think that.
when you can't.
What do you
not
mean by
see it.
everywhere? Like you act like
I
it's
mean,
jumping
obviously
in a room or
it's
something.
obviously it's everywhere, not in the literal sense, in the figurative sense. It's everywhere. Because I mean, yeah,
But it's
I
of
don't
course,
see
if
it on
it's
every
popular,
website
it'll
that
be
I go
everywhere.
on. Of
Everyone
course.
likes it, so
and
of
that's
course
why
it's
it's
gonna be-
frustrating. Because it's like, wow, this really seemingly basic, generic marketing tool is popular and it's everywhere. And it's frustrating because it's like there are, I think, much better ideas that should be getting this attention and it's not. And because it's not as marketable or it's not as simplistic, I guess. I mean, like Big Bang Theory, like that gets ridiculous ratings. But is there really anything in that show substantial? No, it's just kind of very basic.
It's as good as any
sitcom.
other bad sitcom.
Exactly, it's a bad sitcom, but it's just like every other one, so it sticks around, and then that's the one that doesn't
But
get
it's
canceled
fun enough
and
to
gets
watch.
Emmy nominations.
It's like How I
I
Met
still
Your
like
Mother
it.
or something.
But
I
like,
probably like it equal to How I Met Your Mother. I don't really think that's a great show.
okay, but
it's like,
Community,
okay.
you consider Community a much better show, and it only got 5 seasons on regular TV.
But I
and
don't
then-
care if it's well liked. I like it. So I'm
That's
glad.
fine.
I'm glad it's well liked enough to have gotten enough seasons. But
That's
I don't
fine.
really care that much
That's
about
totally
it.
fine. But for someone like me, it's really frustrating to see something that's good and that I really like get canceled and not talked about enough as a show that is just so basic and by the books that it's not really adding anything, yet will stay on indefinitely just
Can you
because.
name a single show that you're glad it's popular because it's doing so well? That's extremely popular, that huge portion of people like, and it's not like some little cult thing that you really are glad is on. A single show, movie, book,
Simpsons
anything?
probably.
Okay, well, alright. I feel like a lot of people just have the attitude
I mean,
just
I criticize the
because.
shit out of Simpsons. I mean, that it's been on 27 years and it's not.
Oh, it's gotten
really
too
not
popular, huh?
No, it's just no. The writing and the stories aren't good. Like it's just that's a whole other story. But yeah, I mean Simpsons. Like it's had 27 years on TV, so obviously it's got a popularity and it's never gonna go anywhere. But I still watch it. So I can watch something because it's popular and I can enjoy it. But like I still, just some things I just don't like. I guess yes. Part of it is I don't like it because it's popular, but I more don't like the reasons that it's popular.
If it was bad enough, it would bug me, but I don't think Big Bang Theory. I mean,
think
obviously,
Big Bang Theory
like,
is absolutely awful. It's one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
I think you just
Like,
don't get it, though.
I hate reality
It's not that
TV.
bad.
I can't. I mean, not all reality. Some, of course, is okay. But in general, I don't hate it because I hate it. I hate it because I don't find it interesting.
Right.
I don't feel interested when I'm watching people fight and stuff. To me, that just kind of stresses me out. Like the thought of dealing with somebody like that in my real life kind of upsets me.
Yeah.
So watching reality
Well, it's
TV
like-
doesn't entertain me. It actually makes me feel really bothered.
I thought it was annoying
So-
when
so
Jersey Shore was like
I don't
that.
care
Yeah.
that everybody likes
know
to
if you-
watch it. It doesn't bother me when people like reality TV.
No, that's fine too.
It just, I don't like it.
Right.
You know? And
But
I
the-
can think like, oh man, I wish other people liked things that I like so that we get popular. I wish that things that I liked everybody else liked so that it would get really popular, so that shows they would get a lot of money and then no shows would be made. I've had that thought before, but I've never like seen somebody liking something I don't like and thought, God, that's so annoying that they like this thing I don't like. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Of course people like stuff you don't like. Like I don't
No,
understand
that's
that.
totally fine. And I would never rain on someone's parade when they like something.
Yeah.
But if you ask my opinion on something and I give it and it upsets you, I'm sorry, but you asked my opinion on this thing that I really don't like.
But that's it, like the Minion hate and the Twilight hate stuff. That stuff gets on my nerves because I feel like it's crossing a line between just not liking something that someone else likes. It's like whatever, I don't really like it, but whatever.
The thing that
But
frustrates
and
me
it
about
goes
that-
on into let's make fun of the people who like it and let's
Yeah.
be really
No,
mean
like
and
being-
make people feel stupid.
Yeah, being
it's like,
cruel
why don't
about
you
it
just
is
like
just
what you
is
like?
not necessary. But I think a lot of it also is people like are hating on something and they never even experienced it.
Like I'm like scared to tell people that I didn't like Breaking Bad. Not because I thought it was a bad show, which I thought it was an amazing show. It was really great, and I watched it. I thought it was really well done, amazing show, great drama. It was phenomenal, and I recommend it to a lot of people. But I find like drama-heavy shows like that to be really boring. I don't care about any of the characters. I care more about character-driven shows. So I just don't really care about the characters. I don't care about what's going on. All the people in there are bad. Like I just don't like what they're doing or who they are or anything about it. Like to me, it was just kind of boring. Like I'd have trouble concentrating on it. It didn't entertain me the way it entertained other people. So, and I don't hate people for liking it, but it kind of feels like, like people get so mad when you tell them that you don't like it.
Well, it's because I think people just like have. God, what's another famous show like the last 10 years? It's just if you instantly said, I like it, but immediately people are just like, what's wrong with you? It's like the perfect show. Why would you
I would
like
say
it?
like Lord of the Rings movies.
Lord of the
something
Rings
like that.
movies, maybe?
Were you like, seriously? You didn't like them? Seriously? Did you watch the same?
Oh, I thought you.
No, I'm talking about Lord of the
No,
Rings.
I-
That would
yeah.
be the response by everybody.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Or like
yeah.
what about like when somebody like hasn't even seen Star Wars? Well, that's a different thing. I guess.
That's an entirely different thing.
But it's funny.
But
when,
yeah. 'Cause I mean, that's really weird to me. Like, to be
I've had
someone
people
who's into, like,
literally get angry at me for not
Yeah.
liking Breaking Bad, and I've literally sometimes now I just don't tell people just because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
But I mean,
don't
it's
want
hard for someone that likes nerdy or geeky stuff
I understand why
to
some
say
people
I've
like
never
it.
seen Star Wars. Like, that's just one of those things that
Yeah.
at some point in your 20, 30 years that you've been doing geeky stuff that you've at least attempted to see.
Yeah.
But to say that at that age, it's just like, oh.
Yeah, but
Well-
if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, what? You've never seen Star Wars? But I wouldn't be angry.
Yeah,
I
you
would
would be
just
mad
be
at
like,
it. You would be like shocked. Like,
I just like,
what?
whoa, you need to change this or something. But
Yeah, I would try and help them, not like
I don't like
insult
that.
them
The
or-
same thing with the Twilight history. Like I've read the Twilight books. They weren't great, but they were okay. They're as good as any other teen romance
Yeah.
book or something. If that's what you're in the mood for, then it's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the best plot, but that's not what it's for. It's not for great plot and drama.
I've definitely watched shows where like I didn't like any of the characters, and then therefore I didn't like it. So like some people will tell me that about Breaking Bad, and so but for some reason it wasn't like that for me. Like I thought it was really, even though I didn't like the characters personally, whatever. Like I
You
still
guys should
loved
talk to David sometime about saying likable characters, because he hates that as a criticism. He thinks it's entirely unfair because if I can't remember exactly what he says about it, but like he just goes on this whole long rant about likability shouldn't matter when it comes to criticism because.
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad show. Like
No, you're not.
I'm
Like,
not
you're
saying Breaking
like,
Bad's
you're
a
saying
bad
they're
show.
bad people.
It's a great show.
It
I
is.
don't like watching bad people. Like
Right.
I did. That's why I didn't like The Wire. All
Yeah, I
of those
still
people are
watch that
horrible
show.
people.
I get
I
the
don't
point.
enjoy
They're all
them.
bad.
No, they're not all bad.
Well, I didn't watch enough to know for sure. I
Yeah.
watched a couple episodes or something, but I felt like Breaking Bad. They are all bad people. All
Yeah.
of them.
They're all
bad.
selfish.
What about
Every
the autistic
single
dude?
person. Yeah, I can't remember. His
I'm
son,
just
his oldest son, or maybe him, I don't know. But his wife is horrible, he's horrible, all the people around him are just horrible people. It's like, I'm not saying that makes it a bad show, it just makes it very uninteresting to me. I don't
That's
like
fair.
watching that. It just bothers me.
Alright, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
So we don't spend 5 minutes on this loading screen.
Yeah.
Jeff, say goodbye.
Alright, that was good game. Bye.
Say goodbye.
Good game.
Good game.
Yeah.
Goodbye.